welcome to my channel. I am Manaka and this is my channel, Manaka. This is going to be kind of weird because I'm using a different screen to kind of record. I'm trying to see if it would be better. But yeah, welcome to my channel, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful subscribers. So I had this sort of epiphany this morning where I realized that we put too much hope, we put too much I forget what the word is, and I'm gonna write it down if I remember it when I made it. But we literally make our lives about the people that are in it, the things that have happened to us, like our traumas, basically. We are always living for the past. We are always living for other people. I just recently myself, like I've always been trying to live for myself, but I didn't realize I wasn't until last year. And it's the scariest fucking thing because that's when you start making decisions for yourself. And that's when you realize that there's been a huge amount of people who have loved you for a facade of a person that you would be being, basically. So I can say, I'm turning 31 this year, right? I've spent my life probably after the age of 5 when I started realizing my view of love. There was obviously an overpowering amount of love from somebody who wasn't actually blood. I mean, from the person who was actually blood, it was almost like tough love is love, right? And I took that for face value. I thought, okay, cool, because this person is blood and they consider tough love to be love, that's how I should be. And I took that running. I spent, I would say, 25 years of my life literally being an asshole to people. I had these huge walls. Yes, I still have walls up, but I think I'm breaking them down slowly but surely. I am being more of myself. I am allowing myself to, well, I'm trying to, allowing myself to work with the human side of me, the higher self of me, the ego of me, the anxiety version of me. I want them to all work together because they all are a part of me. I can't shun one and expect to live as one, you know. So I've spent 25 years just being an asshole, being a bitch to people, and not really letting people in. And when I experienced love that was overwhelming, I pushed people away a lot of the time. Right? So I've actually decided to learn to go with the flow. Decided to move with the tide and not against it, because moving against the tide has been so tiring. It's been so tiring. Like, it's literally been years of not thinking I was good enough. You know, it's been years of constantly telling myself what I thought other people wanted, acting in a certain way, thinking that's what people wanted from me, when in actual fact it's what I thought they wanted. I didn't give them the chance to tell me what it was they wanted, you know. And now that I've been myself, it's given me the chance to really work on who I want to be for myself. It's given me the chance to let the people who want to be in my life with me being me, to be there, you know. And Yes, it's taken some time. It's still taking time, but I'll finish this later. Anyway, um, so last year was literally a year of me really just being myself, really just making decisions for myself. Like, I've spent a lot of my life trying to listen to other people and hear what they're saying and making decisions based on what I think would make them happy. And also just making decisions on what they've actually said to me would make them happy. But I've realized that I have to do things for me, right? Okay, cool. A lot of the relationships that I had that I thought I was close with ended. And it was for the smallest things. Like, when I look at it now, I feel like it was for the smallest things. I feel like those were the kinds of things, if we were really that close, we could have spoken about it. We could have worked something out, you know. But the universe, you know what, always has a plan. The universe always has a way of moving things around in a way that need to be moved around so we can have sort of a better life, a better viewpoint of life. So cool. The things ended. It was painful. I mean, still to this day, I'm still like, what the actual fuck? But it allows for the space for better things to come, you know, better opportunities, better relationships, better people. And it's not like they're better people than the people that you had in your lives. They're better people. How do I explain it? They are better people for that moment that you are in your life. If that makes sense. Because we change every single day. As humans, we change every single day. We change every single moment. You know, our decisions determine what kind of person we'll be in the next moment, in the next day, in the next hour, you know. Which means that if we aren't having conversations with the people we think are closest to us all the time, telling them what our dreams are, telling them what we want out of life, then they don't actually know us, because we change all the time. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I'm not the same person I was a week ago. I definitely am not the same person I was a month ago or a year ago. So if we haven't spoken in about a few weeks, a few months, it becomes a bit difficult because there's a disconnect. So what I realized is that, you know, the relationships ended not fully because of something I did or something that the other person did, but because of the fact that they had loved a facade for so long. They had loved somebody who would do absolutely anything to keep them, even if it broke their heart continuously every single day. And with me, I'm the kind of person who has always tried to mold to be a certain kind of person, right? And there was always moments of my own personality coming out. And I would feel guilty for that, you know? Like either when I was drunk, when I was high. You know, drugs usually bring out those kinds of things. Like, those kinds of things, it usually brings out the kinds of things that you think you can hide, right? Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that it's better if we are honest with ourselves. And if we haven't been honest with ourselves, we can't be angry with ourselves for not being honest with ourselves, if that makes sense. We need to start being honest with ourselves so we can start living in a better way. Even if it means that we'll lose people. It's painful, yes, but it's a part of life. We lose people all the time. emotionally, physically, spiritually. We lose them all the time. And we can't keep ourselves in spaces that don't make sense anymore. We can try to love people continuously and forever, but sometimes we just have to move. Sometimes we just have to, we just have to breathe and remind ourselves that this is life. It is unpredictable. The only thing that we need to focus on is ourselves and focus on what it is that we want out of life. And if that means that certain people, certain things are going to leave and go and change, then so be it. But anyway, the part that I wanted to say was, don't let your past, your traumas, or your loved ones determine the kind of life you should live now. Every moment of every day is an opportunity to change the view of your life, remembering that each thing that's happened in your life doesn't need to be internalized forever. You always have the opportunity to make your life look how you want it to. No judgment, not even from myself. So when I say don't let your past, your traumas, or your loved ones determine the kind of life you should live now, it means that we shouldn't be letting society, basically, we shouldn't be letting what happened in the past, we shouldn't be letting things that are considered traumas to ourselves be what make us live the way we are living today. We shouldn't be making it our decision makers, basically. We shouldn't be making it, how do I explain it? We shouldn't be making it make our decisions for us, right? Like, the one thing I realized is that I used to allow my past determine who I am today, the kind of person I was. It was like an excuse. Like, I am this kind of person because of type of a thing. I used to allow, obviously, as I said, the people that I loved or love be on pedestals. You put people's up here above you, when in actual fact we're supposed to be all on the same level. Yes, you are number one, but it doesn't mean you are higher than anybody. It just means that you focus on yourself first, but you don't forget to love the people that are around you, if that makes sense. But you don't put anybody else higher than you. You don't allow anybody else to make decisions for you, even if it is not them physically or saying out loud or verbally, yes, physically or verbally saying or doing something that will make you make a decision. Because we run, how do I explain it? We run things in our head so many times, especially those of us who have anxiety. We run things in our head so many times thinking that it should have been a different way. We run conversations that we want to have with people in our heads so many times. We run speeches, we run meetings, we run questions and things we want to do in our heads so many times, hoping that they will be perfect. But if we could just live in the now, if we could just live in the now and really just realize that, yes, we have anxiety, but we are not our anxiety. Yes, we are nervous. Yes, we're shy. Yes, we're introverted. But we are not that. We are so many more things. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and he said something across those lines, along those lines, that we are not all the things that we like to think that we are. We're not even all the things that we think other people think we are. Nothing needs to be perfect, because nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even if you look in nature, I don't think you can look at a tree, at a leaf, a grass, at anything and think it's perfect. Yes, it may seem perfect because it's nature. Water may seem perfect because it's nature. It has a way of doing it. But the word perfection is just so toxic. The word perfect is so toxic because there is nothing that is perfect. We need to live our lives in a way where we allow our inner child, our inner selves, to heal from the trauma of the past, where we allow ourselves to heal from things that have happened that were our fault, that were not our fault, things that were mistakes, you know. We need to allow ourselves to realize that those things are not us, that we are not the people who raised us. We are not the people we surround ourselves with or surrounded ourselves with. That even today, we can make a decision to change that. We can make a decision to not be the people who raised us. We can make a decision to not be around the people that we usually around, you know. We don't have to force ourselves to be a certain way just because we think that's how we're going to be loved. Child, it was getting deeper than I thought. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, we are not our past. We are so much more of that. We are this moment right now. We are the decisions we make right now. And we can be our flaws. Okay, how can I explain it? We are, everything that makes us us is our flaws and the things that are good about us. But it's everything together, and everything needs to work together. And I'm hoping, I'm really hoping, I made a decision that I want to work with my anxiety and not against it. I don't want to hide her because she is a part of me, but I want to embrace her. So I'm hoping that this version of me, who likes talking too much to a camera, and the version of me who gets nervous as fuck when she's trying to say the same shit but to somebody's face, I hope they can merge, and it won't be as eloquent as this, but it'll be good. It'll be really good. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day, week, month, year, millennia. And I hope everything's really good. And I hope my words ring true to you.